Today we'll do a short sequence focusing on the stomach and spleen pathway. So this is about vitality, strength, integrity of the body, the muscle channel. We'll start with one And then from here, bring your feet together, arms up, reach up. Lengthen the sides of the body and just, as a warm-up, lean over to the right, stretching the left side. And breathe into the sides of the ribs, keep the chest and hips facing forward, and smooth out the breath. And then when you're ready, come back up to center, lengthen the sides of the body, and then lean over to the left. Breathe into the right side. And then come back to center. So next we'll open up in the front body. So this is our focus, the stomach and spleen pathway. Plant down into your feet, engage the legs, engage the glutes. Pull the navel in and up, lift the chest, lift the chin, reach up. Breathe into the front of the spine. Notice with your gaze the stretch of the whole front body from under the eyes to the tops of the toes. If you want more back bend, lift from the chest and reach back. Keep the breath smooth. And just notice this lifting energy and the strength involved. And then lift the chest to come up, hinge forward from the hips, lengthen the whole spine, and then relax the head and neck for your forward fold. And we'll just stay here for a moment. Let that spine grow long as you plant down into your feet, tailbone pointing up. Breathe into the whole back body, from the eyes all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And then bring the arms by the sides of the ears, come all the way up to stand. So next we'll start with plank. So our plank hold, find your posture. You can start in downward facing dog or go right into it. And we'll stay here for 3 minutes. So make sure your spine is long. Try not to hunch forward. Look forward if you need to. Feel the strength of your legs. And pull the navel in. Again, don't forget to breathe. Feel the muscles of the front body. We can trace them together, the stomach meridian. So sense under the eyes, down the front of the face, from the throat, chest, the abdominal muscles, sense around the navel, the quads, fronts of the shins, tops of the feet, second toe. And if you need to modify, you're always welcome to bring your knees down, but make sure you still have strength around the navel. And then come back up. You can always do plank on your forearms or on your fists, but stick with it. Or even if you need to build up to it, right? Keep sensing your strength. And the spleen pathway from the big toe, the medial big toe up the inner arch of the feet. So sense the activation here. Inner legs, inner thighs. Front of the hip crease. The abdominal muscles, the outer edges. Collarbone. And then the pathway turns down to the sides of the ribs. The left side is the stomach and the spleen. feel the heat building as you stay in this posture. So this is the embodiment of stomach spleen energy. Maybe even sense this idea of digestive fire. And if your body starts to shake, you're doing it right. And then when you're ready, just rest in child's pose for a moment and keep smoothing out the breath. And then from here, we'll do some warm up. So tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. We'll do a lunge series here. So right leg forward, high lunge. Reach up, sink down, sense the front body strength. And then from here, find warrior 3. You can modify if you need to put your hands down, but feel the strength of the front body here. And then from warrior 3, high lunge again. Sink down, reach up, lifting energy. Hands down, lowered pump. Inhale up, exhale back, downward facing dog. And then other side, left leg forward, high lunge. Reach up, sink down, feel the strength here. And then warrior 3, tip forward, feel the strength of the front body. Maybe level off in the hips. Keep breathing. And then find your high lunge again. Sink down, reach up. Hands down. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And keep going. Right foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. You can go into warrior 3 again if you're practicing with balance, or you can find toppling tree. So from warrior 3 position, lower the head and chest below the legs. And then find your high lunge. Find your strength, lifting energy. Hands down. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Other side, left leg forward. High lunge, rise up, sink down. Toppling tree, tip forward. Upper torso, lower than the leg. Find your high lunge. Stretch the front body. Hands down. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And then last set. Right foot forward. High lunge. Rise up, sink down. Next will be standing split, so hands down. Lift the left leg up, point the toes. Lengthen the whole spine. Engage the glutes on the left. And then lower down, high lunge. Hands down, plank, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. And then left leg forward. High lunge. Hands down, standing split. Strong right leg. Lengthen the spine. Lower down. High lunge again. You did it. And then hands down. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Smooth out the breath. And then slowly lower down onto your knees. Sit back on your heels. Here's an opportunity to do abdominal massage and child's pose. Right, so as this area is strong, it can also be soft and smooth, right? Like smooth muscle. So place your fists an inch on either side of the navel, the abdomen, roll down into child's pose. And as you're in child's pose, just breathe into the whole front body, and relax the abdomen, the organs inside. You can start to turn your fists around, right? Abdominal massage here of the intestines. So stay here for a moment and breathe. The internal massage. And if you notice something coming up, like a thought or a memory, that's okay. Just let it pass through. Don't follow it. And then slowly release. Take a moment. Observe what happens. Okay, so when you're ready, open your eyes and we'll do our long hold, 5-minute camel. So for camel, you want to make sure your legs are strong, right? So your knees will be hip-width distance apart. Feel the strength of your legs, both of your hips points will be facing forward. You can place your hands on the lower back if you like. Lift the chest, lift the chin, or you can reach for your ankles. You can keep the toes untucked, or you can tuck the toes under. Right? So as you find your camel, make sure your hips are facing forward, maybe even pushing forward, engage the glutes, navel in and up, lift chest, lift chin. And then notice your gaze, look back. So start to find your posture and begin. I've already started the timer. So as you set it up, make sure you smooth out the breath. Let each breath be very slow. Maybe for each minute in this long hold, you take only a few breaths. And observe what happens in the mind. So stay and breathe. Find that commitment to open up in the front body. Try not to come out of this. Then if you do, don't fold forward. Stay in camel. Sense the strength of your legs. Sense the muscle, the flesh. Sense the front of the hips. And sense around the navel. And so imagine these acupressure points around the navel. Maybe with your mind, you can release any excess tension left over here, or find a smoothness, whatever is healing for you. Keep sensing the muscles of the abdomen. And sense an opening in the chest. So Camel is really good for the spine. Maybe you can even sense this as you relax your head back. Releasing some of the pressure on the discs. Any of that compression of the organs when we hunch over all day. And sense behind the collarbones. Kind of an opening here. Imagine there's no tension. Breathe from the head to the rest of the body. You're more than halfway through. And sense the front of the face. Relax in the jaw. And then sense around the eyes. The stomach meridian begins just under the eyes. Even if your eyes are closed, maybe look back. So help stretch the whole pathway. Sense this connection from the eyes down the front of the body to the tops of the toes. Keep the breath smooth. You only have 10 seconds left. And then slowly lift the chest to come up. Sit back on your heels. Again, don't fold forward. Lie down flat. Just rest for a moment. Observe what happens or what is happening. Keep sinking into the ground. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. We dedicate our practice so that all beings everywhere can be happy and free from suffering. May we be of service. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.